What's up, guys? We are at the Med Factory, so come check it out.
Portega sono con un stemma a rete, una cuppulella che vi si era alzata.
So people who don't know, can you give us a 30-second rundown on the history of Med?
Yeah, of course. So we are an Italian company based here in this valley, which is called Valtellina, northern part of Italy. We've been founded in 1987. So we are, let's say, here since a while, basically since the really beginning of the helmet, bicycle helmet history. And we are fully focused on helmets, bicycle helmets, so we don't do sunglasses, shoes, or whatever. All our energy goes into having the best, lightest, safer, and most performing helmets. And we were manufacturing them since until 2012, and now all our manufacture is been relocated to Asia. But as you're going to see, all the R&D and the prototyping, the testing, all these aspects are done still in-house here in Montalamona. So over there are the offices of Max and Luci, who are the founders and still the owner of the company, so we are a family business. Here you have the marketing and the graphic department, because all this part is also managed in-house, so all the content that we do together, all the graphics, all the things, it's all coming from here. We have my dog there, the administration, the commercial department. But I think the most interesting part for you to see will be behind this door. We are going into the R&D room, which is, I would say, the heart of our company, where we have a team of designers, engineers, who take care of all the aspects of the development of the product since the really beginning. We have a lot of history into that. The process more or less starts from sketches, from there to CAD designing, as you can see here on Stefano's computer. And then the next step is prototyping. We are equipped internally with 3D printer machinery, which then, for example, for the case of your helmet, we start the development, bring us to wind tunnel testing, to ventilation testing, and all these more performance aspect of the part. Really, since the first stages of the prototyping. So we have different kind of helmets, different kind of shapes, different kind of venting that we can test to fine-tune the process and get the best helmets. This, for example, is the color room. This is the new color of the drone, the new one, for example.
Oh, that looks good.
Yeah. And this
a
is
bit of smoke
yeah.
design.
And this is the proper one. The one you have was the one made, let's say, by hand.
Yeah.
This is
prototype.
This is the production one.
So in here, all of these helmets, so that's like testing for production and new colorways.
This is just for colorways.
Yeah.
This room is just for colorways. We have the collection from the past. We have the new developments. So it's a back and forth shipment of samples that we get to arrive to what we call golden sample.
Authorized personnel only. I wouldn't call Mitch authorized.
We have 3 different 3D printers. This beast prints in gypsum, in chalk. We have this one which prints in plastic, basically, the 2 of them, and this one, a small one, which is a bit more for mechanical parts, like retention systems. So we use that to prototype really micrometrical part.
Yeah. So how many generations of helmets have you made so far?
Each helmet, each model, let's say, has a code, an item code, which is M, like Matt, and the number. We started with the M1. Now we are at the M162.
Okay.
So
and that's finalized production.
Yeah, finalized production model items. Then each item has a number of sizes, a number of SKUs in terms of colorways and so on. So, but just the model itself, over 160 helmet reached the market.
That's a lot of models.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
a lot. This is, for example, the mold of the Stradivarius, which was an iconic helmet back in the days. You see it only has, you see it from the back. Okay, this is from the front, this is from the back.
Tuo fa l'americano, americano, americano.
This is the new drone. We call the drone Widebody 2. It's the second generation of the product, where we changed basically the structure of the tail to allow athletes like Daniel to keep the head lower and more in front of your shoulders, to basically have the benefit of in aerodynamics given by the wide body construction. So to drive the hair over the shoulder. This is an helmet that we use to basically validate the production and the safety of the product, and we can see a crash test into our internal lab managed by Cesare, who is our quality manager. You have different anvils. This is in this case is a flat. You can also have, for example, a curb or the hemispherical one. In this case, it's a free fall, so the helmet is free to crash and then free to rebound. Okay. So that's what you are going to measure, basically. Okay. That's Daniel said.
Oh, okay, it's safe.
How do you feel after that?
It's good to see that they tested. Wow.
So as I was explaining before, here you can see a clear deformation of the polycarbonate part and compression of the EPS part. Now we check the inside to see if there are any crashes, any cracking, sorry. So basically, cracking is good. Maybe sometimes people see a crack and say, oh, it's cracked, it didn't work, or no, actually the helmets are built to crack, are designed to crack, because its crack is lowering the peak of the energy transferred to your head. So it's very important for the helmet to crack.
They give me some comfort, also my mom.
Then we have oven. For example, these helmets in here are at the moment at 47 degrees, and then we tested after get conditioned with hot condition, because we have to test not just the number, not the standard one, but also maybe in the case you ride in very hot condition, or you just left again your helmet into the car and then in summer and then went riding. This is a fridge, because we test also in cold condition. UV, we simulate the aging of the product and then test it. And water immersion and water spray, because you also test the product. It's required to test the product after being water immersed.
Wow.
So
there's so many
things. What is important to know is that this is a very unique process. Very few companies in the world has an internal lab, and very few companies in the world has approach similar to what we have. So really testing the products from the beginning to then the production, and to then checking all the lifetime of the product.
How often would you change your helmet, and when should you actually change your helmet?
For sure, we can say after every, what we can tell is that we tested helmets that were in our warehouse, into a box, kept in a good condition of humidity, not exposed under the sun and so on, after 10 years, 15 years, and 20 years, and they were performing completely as before.
Oh.
But the difference is that this is not how you use the product.
Yeah.
You use it under the sun with the sun cream, maybe with water. You wash it, you use it. You have the sweat. You have many things, small bumps, small crashes, that actually condition the life of the product. And after every crash, you should replace the helmet, because in that specific part, it's not going to work anymore as before.
And is that,
but I
is
will
that
say
crash,
that
or
in
is it-
general we suggest 3 to 5 years, depending the amount of riding you do and of course the how you treat it. For example, just as a small example, if you leave the helmet into the car in summer and the car gets heated, if you put the helmet gets damaged from the inside and you don't see it. So because the EPS is a live material, is like has some air into that, so it gets expanded, and so you have some damages that you cannot judge. You know?
So what about if you drop your helmet, for example, and it
Yeah.
land on the floor?
Yeah.
Does that count as a crash, or how hard does it how much does it have to impact?
No, I would say that if you have a clear cracking of the EPS, or if you have a big deformation of the outside.
Okay.
If it's just a minor bump, it doesn't change, of course, but EPS cracked, that's a clear sign that you have to change your helmet, and you can tell because to crack the EPS, you have to get a strong smash on your head, but or maybe a clear deformation of the outer shell, which is not worked in cracking but just in compression, because the EPS is material that dissipate the energy with compression or with cracking, but doesn't come back to its own shape after the crash, and that's why it changed its performance.
Okay. So one more thing that makes the collaboration pretty special with Matt, it's just behind me. I can't show you yet, but make sure to stay tuned. That must be the best view for a car. It looks so good.
I think the cars enjoy being parked up here.
I hope so. I really hope they enjoy it. So that was the tour. Thanks a lot to Matt for having me. I hope you enjoy it, and let's keep this partnership going. I think it's going to be a couple of nice years ahead of us. A lot of innovation, a lot of development. So yeah, see you out there on the road.